When last we left our adventurers, they found themselves in a bit of a sticky situation, seemingly having two choices ahead of them, one of which the the Icewind Dale and trekking its harshness, a harsh environment, or going to the Feywild where they might encounter some uh, not so nice Fey that seem to want to hurt Bosch as hard as possible. As the party discusses their options, new information comes to light on both of these possibilities. One of which being that the so-called god of the area, Ariel the Frost Maiden, seems to take sacrifices from the townsfolk of Bryn Shander, which they are reluctantly forced to give by the Seeker. The party seems to have opinions about this, but we'll see what they do. As for the Feywild, the mysterious figure known as Nestul showed up to give them a job involving traveling to the Feywild realm of Prismere to rescue one Natasha Yaga. This information, however, comes on the heels of a revelation given by our very own Gazra Kul, whom apparently had a vision during their ice bath, where they have seen Nistul and Mordekainen meeting with the notorious Manchun, discussing something. But the party now must decide, what will they do as we return to the Wandering Weasel. So, I believe you have all convened inside of Virgil's room, probably?
Is that where we were? I mean, it's. I don't see a problem with
You
it.
you had
But
all left the bar to discuss the uh, possible benefits of traveling to the Wild.
That
I
Chobo's room?
I think Virgil had stormed off mid conversation and we were just following after him.
That is correct.
So wherever he goes, I guess we'll wind up there.
Not many places to go in this damn tavern, alright? It's either hot tub, rooms, tavern area.
More people suddenly show up at your door.
Virgil!
It's open.
Oh,
He opens it up.
what's the matter?
A lot's the matter, Veritas. I just feel like we can't get a grip on anything right now. I mean, a little over 24 hours ago, we escaped army barreling down on us. Survived a hellacious fight. Get here. More fighting ensues. Met but three people. We didn't talk to one of them, but we met the bard. We met The wizard who, whatever he was, whose sole purpose is to keep that ring away from people.
Wasn't tasty.
And all this just feels like an avalanche. It's not stopping anytime soon.
Avalanche?
And then Burn Chandler with this drawing that they're having in a few hours.
Is it a
Oh.
few hours?
That's a mute question.
I guess we'd have
Max,
to
you are
find out.
muted.
Oh my. Could you repeat your question?
Is the drawing about to take place?
The drawing will take place in a few hours, yes.
All right.
It just feels like once we get a foot on the ground, something is pulled out from underneath us and we're back in the air. I don't like that feeling, and now we're propositioned to go to this place called the Feywild, which I've only heard of in stories. I don't believe it was an actual spot or location or anything. I don't personally like leaving a lot of unfinished business I have. I know Steve, it's the moment we met her, has talked about nothing but their planes and wanting to go to them.
Does Miss Eve stick her head out from behind Veritas' back?
Eve just kind of awkwardly knocks on the open door frame. It's like, hey guys. Can
It's
I,
open.
Okay. Glances behind her for her backup.
Is
Yeah,
Bosch
Bosch was,
trying
like,
to
really
hide
back there.
behind? Okay.
I don't think Bosch can hide.
You could try.
Eve shuffles in, kind of twiddling her thumbs. Hey, so, I know this is a lot, but, that's why we've all got to, discuss it and figure out what's best, and we'll figure it out together. It's a group decision. It's not just what one person thinks is best or what another person. We'll talk it out. What are you thinking?
Well, to be honest, I know we're not going to help this place. In a day or two, it would take a lot longer. None of us are capable of taking on a demigod or even a god itself, whatever this patron of winter is. It just drawing doesn't sit right with me. One poor soul's about to get their name pulled out of a hat, more or less, within 1 hour, sent out to their death. And we have to make a decision on whether we stay here and, I don't know, maybe try and go back south, the Sword Coast, or see what this place has to offer. Then, or 3 is door I know you want to walk through.
Listen, yeah, I mean, you guys know that I'm interested in other planes. I'll be honest, that's a pretty strong draw for me. Becoming a planeswalker has been my goal in life for a while now, but I realize that there are bigger things than me in this. I'm not about to drag you fellas along selfishly into danger, into just because I feel like going. So I want to think about what's best in general for all of us as well. I just, I know we have big marks that we're looking at. We have to take on Stilhavity. You want to take down the Kenches, Virgil? You fellas are pretty amazing, but there are things much bigger than us out there. And some of them are ones that we're looking to take on. I think that if we can find allies, that's going to be our greatest strength. And any ally that is a friend of the Circle of 8 has to be very powerful indeed.
Veritas, send help.
That too.
Something else. I mean, Miss Jewel was real far away when we saw her last. Seems like she can travel far and fast. Why don't we ask her? I mean, it's gonna take us a long time to walk back to where we're trying to get. Why don't we ask her if we take on the job, or have her put us where we're going when we're finished?
That sounds like a good idea and a reasonable request. I'm sure she would oblige us if we agreed to help her.
I'm not clear on where we're headed next. Is it Waterdeep? We're going back to what the Kenches?
Eve looks at Virgil.
The people that I want to take on and bring down are stronger than all of us. Even if we threw everything we had at the Kenches, they would barely be scathed and walk away, and we would fall.
Bosh got lucky.
I let my anger and frustrations towards the Kenches out of my head. Thinking about that fight that happened where you all rescued me. It was a very bloody and brutal fight. Definitely need to grow stronger as individuals and even stronger as a team. The people that I want to face are too powerful right now. I know that. Doesn't change my motives or emotions towards them. I still want Kenches to suffer and to fall. And the still Havity situation wasn't really choice of mine. I was chosen to do it by something much more powerful than any of us. So I feel like that's more of an obligation that I have to do. I just don't feel comfortable leaving all of that behind while we're off at some other plane doing knows what, seeing things that we'll encounter. I mean, I know I haven't seen everything here. The stories here alone, some of them are terrifying. Monsters, leagues under the ground that we stand on, the horror stories that will tell one another in taverns to scare children. Everything we've done and seen in a short time of being together, slowly coming to the realization that some of those stories have quite more than just a hint of truth to them. And the Feywild. I don't know anything about that place.
Meet the Feywild.
No, we're not. I'm not gonna lie to you. The Feywild is a dangerous place. It is not the kind of place that anyone should visit lightly. But as long as we are careful and keep our wits about us and know what and what not to do, I think it can be navigated safely, or relatively speaking, anyway.
Meet the Feywild.
No, Veritas, that is definitely one of the things that you do not want to do. But
Veritas gives a resounding nod.
Eve squints at him. So, no eating the Feywild. Got it?
Got it.
Yeah, buddy, you gotta work on that consuming everything you see in sight. I can't believe you ate that ring.
Me neither.
It looked tasty in
Yeah.
the moment.
I don't even know what the hell it does, but from the sound of what he told us, definitely can't be anything good. Surprised you're still standing in front of us.
Veritas stomach different than other stomachs.
Yeah, I know. I saw you clear out an entire dwarf's pantry. If, if we go to the Feywild, I will accompany you. I'm not going to leave any of you behind.
Well, I know you're uncomfortable with it, and that's, understandable, especially considering the things that are going on here. Here's the way I'm thinking about it. You were right when you said that the Kenshes are beyond us right now. That still Havity is a great threat as well, it's gonna take us a while to get down there in the first place. And what's happening in this city, it's terrible and shady to me. But again, considering the fact that there is a goddess involved, again, probably beyond our capabilities on our own. So, the way I see it, the only path to get what we need, which is strength in numbers, a strong ally, goes through the Feywild. But that's just my opinion. Veritas, Bosch, what do you guys think?
Veritas, summon help.
That'll be helpful too.
Veritas also said.
Oh?
What's wrong?
Yeah, why are you sad?
Veritas might not see kids.
Yeah, you mentioned that you are a father now. Where exactly are your children?
Giving a look around the room, telepathically messaging you in the cave, the first cave where the goblins were.
His eyes just like go a little wide, like that's a ways away. Hey, you don't have to answer that if you don't want to, I guess. Didn't mean to pry too hard. Bosch, you've been rather quiet. Do you have an opinion
Yeah.
on the matter?
I don't really see a good choice. I mean, kind of what I said. If we can make sure that we end up, make sure we end up where we're supposed to go. If we do the whole thing in the Feywild, then I think it's good. I don't know what to do for the people here.
Yeah, neither do I. Guess Miss Eve is right. There's only one real option. Otherwise, we're just wandering around aimlessly.
Eat the Feywild.
Veritas!
I mean, there was one other option. We could start walking south.
That is a long walk, Bosch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how long it would take.
Do you fly?
I don't think any of us know the area. I don't know, has anyone ever been to Rinchander before? Or any other place
Nope.
up here in the Icewind Hills?
I bought a map.
Do you flap south?
I
None
think
of us
we have
can fly.
too many people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gia can fly, but she can't carry all of us.
Ooh.
Look at this motherfucker changing maps on us and shit. Oh
You mentioned
god,
that,
that
so
is
there you go.
fucking-
Yes.
That is
yes,
a
it is.
hike.
Yes, it is.
Wait, where are we? Brinchander is right in the. Oh. Oh
You
boy.
have to
got-
go south.
You gotta go all the way down here.
Oh god, and then it's quite a ways further south once you reach the other map.
Yeah.
Welp.
Where's my other map?
Well, guys, we want to waste like
My other map does not show that far north. All right.
3 sessions getting back south.
It is a long,
Without
like,
the possibilities of getting lost,
it's-
long way. Possibilities of getting
like-
lost, we're just fucked.
like walking. It's like weeks back to Neverwinter.
I don't
It's
know
not
if you
even,
guys
like,
remember.
the closest town north.
We
Oh, guys
remember
one.
remember. But Chilbu got lost like 5 feet away while in the town. Imagine
Yeah.
what happened trying to trek all the way down south.
Oh god.
No, we
we would be going in circles for like a full week, like minimum.
Or we might die.
Making
That
Yeah.
too.
yeah. Let's say we're definitely making some con saves for this walk.
Oh yeah.
I'll be rolling for weather. Good luck.
Oh god.
This is where Drew would be like, "Hey, Druidcraft, what's the weather gonna be like? Snowy."
It is gonna be bad.
Hey Ollie, what's the weather like? There's more snow.
Got my
Uh,
reference. Thank you.
Wow.
I don't think the walk is a feasible option. Eve says, looking over Bosch's shoulder. Nope. Looking up from under Bosch's arm at the map.
Okay.
If it's all possible, though, before we go to this Feywild, maybe maybe she could make a pit stop for us. I don't know if as individuals or as a group, but I know this is gonna sound very depressing and morbid, but I almost feel like there's a door in front of me and I'm walking potentially to my death if I go through that threshold, and if that's the case, I need to go back to Neverwinter and do something real quick. It wouldn't take much time, but if she is capable of getting us to the Feywild, I can only imagine she's capable of us getting us to a town or a city that we choose. Maybe, I don't know, Eve, you want to see your family? Bosch, I don't know. Veritas she could probably take you to your children, wherever they're at.
Veritas still needs help from Eve. Where cup?
Oh, the vial?
Yeah.
Well, I commissioned it from the blacksmith in the shop
next door.
Next door. So, he said it should be done tonight. So before, I mean, I don't know when we're gonna be around at least for tonight, at the very least. So we will be getting that before, anything goes down.
Last. Now?
I feel like it's probably early, but
Give it until nightfall. We'll probably have it done after the drawing, if his name doesn't get drawn, that is.
Okay.
Seems like every resident's name is thrown into a hat or a bowl of some type, and one name is selected. There are a few exemptions to this, which I'm not a fan of, but how these cities are ran. Very much like cities down south. Nothing bad can ever happen to royalty.
the privilege of the powerful. But
That is where I'll be later on tonight. I will be at the drawing to see what happens and how it goes.
you're still gonna go to that?
The person has an hour before they're kicked out of town. Within that hour, if there's anything I can do to help them try and survive, I will. It'll make me feel better. Even if it is a futile attempt. A few seconds of helping someone. Away with me.
I understand. You're a good man, Virgil, but we gotta be careful as well. as long as we don't try to follow them out, I guess.
Veritas will summon help. Tonight.
You keep saying you're going to summon help. What help exactly will you be bringing to our aid?
Let's see how well Veritas will convey this.
Oh boy. Oh no.
Veritas stare at Cup. Cup stares back. Veritas brings something out. Veritas summon help.
You're gonna pull something out of the cup. Okay.
A fancy cup, right?
Well, I feel like if we went back and told them that we accepted that, we would immediately have to get this done. I feel like obviously we're gonna have another conversation.
Yeah, there are some more things that I want to ask Nistul about all this before we go. So I definitely want to do that. I don't think she'll hurry us out the door as soon as we say yes. I think she should understand that some amount of preparation is necessary.
Veritas need big meal before going.
Good idea. That's important. Wow. Good point, Veritas. We need to bring lots of food with us. Lots of it. As many rations as we can fit in this bag. She taps the bag of holding.
Veritas can fit a lot of rations in Veritas.
That too, yeah. Because, just gonna say this right off the bat, nobody eat anything while we're in there.
Eat the Feywild.
Or drink anything. Veritas!
Actually, Eve, do you mind? And he gestures the bag holding. Could I do that for one quick second?
Veritas
right.
backs away into a corner.
Don't worry, buddy. We're just gonna dump it out, right?
I'd like to see what's still in there.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Eve will come over and unstrap the bag and hand it over.
Virgil will grab it, stand up, and place the bag like inches away from the floor. Reach into the bag, grab the bottom, and pull it out.
All right. You empty out the bag of holding. And a ton of books fall out.
Eve winces a little bit as they hit the ground, like, oh god, not the spine, no, oh, the pages.
Is the book in there?
Oh, yeah. It's the last one to fall out. A book with this wrinkled leather cover falls out. It does, it doesn't look good.
That's all I wanted to know, if that was still there or not. And if anything else may have been missing or added. That was my primary concern.
It doesn't look like there's anything additional.
Virgil will crack the bag and slowly gather up, gently and gingerly.
Is anything missing?
There's nothing missing, no.
Okay. I was like, okay, he answered half of that.
I will place all of Eve's books in there very gently and ginger-like, just one at a time.
Good, Eve is watching closely.
When it comes to that book, Kind of pauses and just looks around. Nobody would have the ability to move something without touching it, would they?
Why do you ask?
I'd rather not grab that book.
Oh,
It doesn't sit well with me.
I don't think it's dangerous to just touch it. Here, I'll get it, don't worry. You will walk over and gingerly pick up the book. And hurriedly place it back into the bag. If possible.
It feels nice touching that book again, knowing that it's not out of your reach.
Yeah, it does.
I still get that sickly feeling, right?
It's nauseating.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I remember that from the goblin. That should have went with my instincts back then. But he just killed her on sight.
I mean, it is basically the antithesis to your god.
Yeah, I know.
Eve gingerly places it back in. As she is moving it, her thumbs are just kind of like idly stroking the wrinkly cover.
Sooner the better, Eve, please. I feel like I'm about to throw up.
What? It's not that gross, is it?
Just put it in the damn bag, please.
Alright. Puts it in.
But moment it goes in, covers flap up and hands it back to Eve, and he kind of just sits down. God, I hate that thing.
Masha's gonna turn to Veritas and be like, "It's probably something else you shouldn't ever put in your mouth."
Alright. We still have a conversation with Nastul and the most popular woman I've ever met.
Yeah, Grey Malkin seems to know everybody, huh?
Everyone that comes into this strange ass establishment.
Yeah, that definitely...
I almost want to ask Wyndham if she worked here before she joined the court or something. Because at least one random patron when we come in here knows her.
I mean...
That's a lot of favors.
I don't know if she's the type of person who would just work for Tommen in this bar. She seems pretty, upper crust.
Unless maybe he wanted to draw a card, and that's the favor he asked.
Ooh, good point.
I don't know why he would do that, though.
Yeah, that would be really silly.
You talking about you all drew cards?
Oh, hell no, I didn't. I tried to convince them not to. Bosh
How
didn't
do you
work.
have a favor with her?
What are you guys talking about?
Grandhouse is doing something right now.
What? A stool leg? Because I'm like bare minimum barracks here, my man. My room is basic as fuck.
Mind you, you didn't see Veritas grab anything in his mouth, like put anything in his mouth. He just started chewing on something.
Oh god.
I don't want to know.
What you got there, buddy?
A snack.
What?
A snack.
Uh-huh. What? That sounds yummy. What kind of snack?
Rubber.
I'm sorry, what?
You say rubber?
Very pleasant chewing.
Huh. Okay. I'm not gonna question that. Anyway,
Yeah, on that note, I guess we can hang around here for a bit, or see how I'm going to go outside and just walk amongst the town folks and a breath of fresh air, I guess. I'm really getting sick and tired of hearing that piano play. I need to get away from it.
Understandable. Be careful though.
I can hear it in my thoughts.
Ah, like any good song, the potential to get stuck in your head is its best feature.
I will,
The streams of the damned also do that to you.
Hmm. Well, that's pleasant to know. Thanks, Veritas.
if I
Continue
do not see
chewing.
you... Go ahead. Oh, he continues chewing? Oh my gosh. What are you chewing on, man? I don't see any of you, at the drawing. I will... After it is done, I'll return here and we'll go from there.
I mean, if it's gonna be right outside, maybe we should all just watch it.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Not a pleasant thing, but if one of us is gonna be there, I think it's best if all of us are.
Outside burr.
Yeah, tell me about it, buddy. I don't like it either.
I didn't plan on being in the crowd when the drawing happens. I was going to actually get a more elevated position and watch over them.
Well,
You'll be flying over them?
And he will stand up, go towards the wall, and raise his leg, puts his foot on the wall, starts walking up the wall.
Oh!
have we seen this before?
I'm gonna have to actually.
Eh,
Did they see me over at the farm do this? That's the only time I did it.
Because you weren't a high enough level at Gnome Garden, I don't
Yeah,
think.
no. I just had a climbing speed at the time. I didn't have an actual spider walk.
Right. No, they haven't, because you weren't a high enough level there either. Because it's level 5, right?
Oh god, I'd have to check.
I'm pretty sure that's your level 5 ability. Then yeah, no, you were...
That was Earth Arcana though.
No, I'm pretty sure it would still been the same. Yeah, no, this is the first you were seeing him walk up a wall, just extremely casually.
It's pretty cool.
Eve does like a massive double take and it's like, what? When did you cast? Okay. That's one way to do it.
I woke up in the middle of a nightmare on the ceiling one night.
Oh! Yeah, I hate it when that happens. Oof, so inconvenient.
It was definitely a shocker, especially when you fall and on cold pavement.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ouch. Well, that's definitely handy, though, if you want to get a better perspective. I guess we can come at it from different perspectives, since we can't all just, stroll up the wall.
There's many things we all do that none of us mimic. No matter how hard I hit anything, I'm not gonna hit it as hard as Bosch, or I can't tell a lovely story or sing a beautiful limerick like you, Eve, and you do not have a bottomless pit for a stomach like Veritas.
Veritas swallows.
I have this cartoon-like image in my head when you say that. It's like Adam's apple gets like pressed out, full on like the mask. Oh, get back down to the floor. We'll have tips and tricks that we're good at. This is just one that I can do. I think it kind of comes with the territory, and he takes his index finger and kind of picks at his teeth where his thing is. I'm not happy about it, but I just will use it if I have it.
Fair enough. Thanks.
I really don't want to go back out to that tavern.
Ugh.
Just, if I see another person and she's talking to him, I'm going to literally lose it. Is there that many desperate souls? Draw a favor that could potentially kill you? I mean,
It's entirely possible that she's just a well-known figure because she's so high up in the Winter Court. Which honestly points toward the, she was totally masking her true power from us theory.
if it's anything like your acquaintance out there, Cool is it? Whatever his name is.
Gazrakul. Mm-hmm.
He's masking his abilities as well.
He glances toward the doors, it's still open.
Did anyone close it?
I would not have closed it on my way in.
Then, behold the hallway.
Eve just casually walks over and kicks the door closed.
Doesn't matter if it's closed or open, Eve. We know we have somewhat of a knowing about their abilities. Nothing we can do to stop it. We can resist it, that's about it.
Veritas can do this. Hello. He says in your mind, Virgil.
He replies, "Be a telepath. I know you have this ability. It was the first one you showed me, which was very startling. Coming from a weapon. And on that, I'm going to head out. You all take care, and if you find out any new information, please let me know."
Okay.
We'll see you on the roof, I guess.
I'll be around. Don't worry. And I will walk out and head towards the entrance of the Wandering Weasel.
All right, you head out there, and you see that she's in the middle of a TED Talk with 100 people. Anyway, welcome to my TED Talk. This is a joke.
Exit Wandering Weasel. Fucking hell.
That was a joke.
I know.
She's not there anymore, but Nistul is.
Is that worse, Troy?
Yes, actually it is.
Ooh.
A powerful female that has some type of magical deck that grants favors and boons. On? Yeah, bad.
It's like when you see a spider in your room and then you come back and it's gone.
Like it was over there in that corner. It's not now. Nistul is Nistul the only patron in the tavern area?
That is correct.
Okay.
Ooh.
He'll just like, as soon as he sees her, he stops, looks at her for a bit, and then he will exit the Wandering Weasel. And as he exits, he throws up his hood on his cloak. It's colder than shit outside.
It's pretty cold. Alright, you walk outside. And there's no more... Nope, that's rain. We want...
That would be terrible. Raining right now? Oh my god, I'd die.
Ugh. Freezing rain. Great.
No, it's not that bad. Let's do this one. So, as you walk out, you see that the general hustle and bustle is still ongoing, but it does look like the stage has finished completion.
It's like a theater stage, or is this just like elevated position?
It's an elevated position, but it looks like there's a stand for something to sit on.
They'll just like lean against the wall where the Wandering Weasel is, like that building that it's attached to, and look at all the ongoers and occasionally just stare at that pedestal every now and then. And he'll do that for about 10 or 15 minutes before just roaming the city streets. And he's just trying to clear his head and get moments to himself that has been few and far between.
Alright. Nothing in particular you're seeking, right?
If I come across the woman that I talked to at the stage when it was being built, he would stop and thank her for the directions and ask her for her name, since he forgot to ask for it originally.
Unfortunately, you do not see her.
It's a big city, and it's colder than shit. Other than that, no, there's no real plans for Virgil right now. The only plan is to witness the drawing, and then after that, try to help the poor individual in some shape or form.
Alright. What do the rest of you do?
We've got to go shopping again, don't we? Or a bunch of food?
Yeah, lots of food is gonna be necessary, because we definitely don't want to eat anything that's there. So, I think there are some things I want to talk about with Nistul that will probably get a bit technical. So, I'm gonna do that.
Let us get big food.
Yes, you guys are in charge of getting as much food as you can, as you think we can bring. Oh, Eve will hand over her bag of holding to Bosch, not Veritas.
Nice.
Out of character, are we sure that sending Veritas to buy food is the best idea?
No, not at all. That's the best part.
Okay. This is fine. This is gonna be great.
Yeah, Eve will also dig out her coin purse / coin satchel, because dear God, that's a lot of coins. And dig out like 20 gold and hand it over. I don't know how much it's gonna cost, but as much as you guys think we can get, let's get it. I haven't paid for anything in a while, so I'll do that.
Veritas.
Bosh.
Good choice.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, did the smith give me any change from the 40 platinum in the vial that I gave him?
I believe the 40 platinum was the requirement
Okay.
for the vial.
Okay, that was the minimum. Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, that's what it had to be.
Alright. Alright. Food.
I'll be back, Eve.
Alright. Be careful, guys, even though it's right next door. We all know what happened last time.
Veritas goes out of Virgil's room.
Did we in fact find food at this general store? I remember there being clothes and weapons.
I feel like, okay, this is a really random moment, but for some reason it stuck in my head that there was, like, a pick next to some rations or something.
Yes, that is correct. He does in fact sell rations. I had to double check.
Next to the pigs.
Yes, next to the ice picks.
Because utensils.
Okay. We'll be back.
Okay, see you guys soon. Eve will walk out with them into the main tavern area, though, because she's going to talk to Nistul.
All right. You walk out into the tavern area and you see Nistul sitting by herself.
Hi, Eve.
Bye, Veritas. Bye, Bosch. Good luck.
Yeah.
Don't get ripped off.
It's us.
Yeah, there's nothing to worry about. You're fine.
Veritas will not be ripped off. Veritas will stay Veritas.
Yeah.
What could go wrong? So, the two of you leave the tavern to head next door. But Miss Eve, you wish to conversate with Nistul.
Mm-hmm. Eve will kind of wave awkwardly. And
There'll be a slight nod from her.
and we'll stroll on over to her table. Ah, hello, Miss Nistul.
Hello, Eve.
It seems that we have reached an agreement of sorts and are leaning toward, helping out with, Ms. Natasha.
That is excellent to hear.
I do have some questions, though, if we're gonna be setting off on this journey.
Then please ask.
Eve will pull out a chair and sit down across from her. And
You do so.
fold her hands. Okay, so I have a couple of questions about her being in this place in the first place. You said you were friends with this person. Do you have any idea what she was doing in Prismere in the first place?
Hiding.
Hiding from...
Some mistakes she made.
Eve waits, looking at her expectantly with a slightly exasperated expression.
As for what exactly it was, I wouldn't be able to narrow it down.
Oh, okay. Any general sense of what kinds of things she was hiding from? Because it's... I don't know, is it possible that she's just laying low there and isn't actually a prisoner? What if she doesn't want to leave?
Even in her hiding, I was able to receive periodic updates from her. those updates stopped a few years ago. And, like you said, I assumed that maybe she was just being quieter. But with recent events, she should have shown herself by now, even in danger. I entrusted something to her, should the events of what's happening now happen.
The events of... You mean...
Still happening.
So she has some specific role to play that you think will be of assistance with all this?
Natasha was a woman of many secrets, and I entrusted her with a secret that I do not know anymore.
Oh. Why, that must be some secret to go to that level of devotion to secrecy. But you know that it's about Stillhavity.
I know that it will be needed.
Okay. Well then. So it can be assumed that she's not just hiding. You mentioned that this realm belongs to, Zybilna, was it?
Yes. She is the Archfey of that realm.
Okay.
But she is probably the better of most Archfey you'll find.
Really? So relatively benevolent, then?
As long as you don't get on her bad side.
And how would one get on her bad side, do you think?
Insult her. Bad manners. It can be something small. Fae are naturally fickle.
Yeah, fair enough. How are Miss Natasha's manners?
Natasha lacked respect for her elders. And very much spat in the face of most order.
And she went to the Feywild. Okay, well, she's probably very powerful, so I'm sure she can handle herself anyway. Have you or Natasha had any dealings with Zybilna in the past?
I have never met her, but she assures me that they are on a close personal relationship.
Oh.
So she must have done something for her. She might actually be one of your best leads to finding her.
Okay, that's definitely good to know. Huh, that makes this even more puzzling, though. But speaking of, you were saying before that this Prismere is effectively a prison, but not the physical kind. What would stop someone from leaving Prismere or communicating with the outside world? Surely she wouldn't have done something like eat the food there or some mistake like that.
Prismere is unique in the Feywild, in that there is only one way in or out. I, of course, will be taking you to where that will be when you decide to partake in my job.
Okay. Is this a particularly treacherous entrance/exit?
It can be, if you're not careful. And once again, if you have bad manners. I would recommend brushing up on etiquette perhaps before we leave.
Eve salutes.
Oh, you better believe that we're gonna be doing that. Huh. Think I'm gonna need to give my friends a crash course.
Meet the Feywild.
Yep.
But, in any case, I guess we'll deal with that when the time comes. Actually, no, let me ask you now. What can we expect from this entrance? I know you've never been within Prismere, but have you been that far as at least? Any idea of what to expect there?
Unfortunately not. That is the other issue with the entrance. The entrance only shows up about once every 8 years.
Oh! Once every...
And even then, it appears not in the same location it is before.
Eve leans back in her chair at this with her hand over her mouth.
Okay, okay, that raises more questions. How long does this entrance usually stick around?
It usually sticks around for about a few weeks.
A few weeks. Okay. Alright. Here's my other question. It's once every 8 years that the threshold is. 8 years on the prime material or 8 years in the Feywild?
8 years here. So do keep in mind that the clock will be ticking.
That's another thing. That's probably my most important question. I know from my studies that time in the Feywild is warped. It's not reliable. We could be in there for a couple of days, and who knows how long would have passed out here. Months? A year? More? We... Against our better judgment, we have become players in this odd game that is being played on the prime material right now, with still Havity and all of these great forces. And we have other urgent matters to attend to here as well. We cannot afford to be missing from this place, to be gone from the surface of the prime material for God knows how long. Is there any way to tether us to this time, to see to it that we don't just zoom past this timeline entirely while we're there, or at the very least, like, an ability to pull us back out if a certain amount of time has passed, just as a backup? Something? Because if not, I don't know if we're going to be able to do this for you.
Unfortunately, there's not much I can do in that matter. Some of the last communications that I got from Natasha, though, were looking into that, but I do not know how far she got.
Eve rubs a hand over her mouth.
That's... Miss Toole, that's not good enough. The threshold is a couple of weeks, and that it's 8 years until we can come back. Who knows how long 2 weeks will take to pass in there? It could be the span of a day.
And it could be even less. I am aware of the knotted effect of the Feywild. I do know that an Archfey has the ability to control it. Limited, though.
Okay.
But it is a hefty favor to ask of an Archfey.
asking any favor of an archfey is playing with fire, and that's putting it lightly. Especially
is.
considering the fact that we're going in there with someone who really shouldn't be in the Feywild in the first place.
As I said before, that should not be an issue in this particular case. As Prismeer, like I said, there's only one way in or out, and that includes from other courts. Zabolnia does not seem to care for the other courts, and so has isolated her realm from them. Bosch will be fine in that regard. They likely don't even know about it.
I'm gonna be frank with you, Nastool. I probably know the most about the Feywild out of all of my companions. I don't think they're aware, necessarily, of how warped time is in there. I'm gonna have to tell them. And I really don't think that they'll go for that risk. Are you sure that there's no other way? I want to help you, I really do. But
There could be one way.
Eve leans forward on her elbows.
But I've never tested it.
what is it?
It might be possible to avoid the warping effect if you leave the Prismeer a different way. But I don't know if it would work in Prismeer.
I thought you said there was only one way to enter and leave.
Right. It blocks most effects, but there are certain magics that haven't been tested yet. One such magic is how me and the Circle got here to your realm as well. A spell not yet discovered in your world. It would be difficult to cast. But you seem capable. The spell I speak of is known as the Dream of the Blue Veil. It has the power to connect you to other worlds, provided you have something from them. Such as one of you.
That's some hefty magic, it sounds like.
Yes. Normally it is used to cross veils that normally cannot be crossed. Not even by magic as plane shift.
Are you suggesting that that I try to learn?
You would not need to learn it. No offense, you're not quite there yet.
No, yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think I'm...
But I can provide you a scroll to cast it from. But there's a chance that you might not be able to be successful. I would take great care and preparation if you were to choose that. And you will also need to pick one amongst you for the focus. For you must choose one focus, and it will take you to its origin.
To its origin, to where it was created?
Yes, or born for a person.
Can I use myself?
You can.
That I'd be willing to try that. I will have to run it by the others. I can't make a decision this big on my own about everyone's well-being, but
It may be able to circumnavigate it. Just because of the power of the tether. But I'm afraid it is not a guarantee.
okay. Well, that's better than nothing. And I guess we'll just have to try to be as fast as we possibly can be, just in case.
I would recommend that.
Okay. I'll talk to the others about it. What, you said that if we went that route, some careful preparation would be necessary. What kind of preparation?
Preparation for your magic. It will still require a bit of effort from you.
Yeah, I would imagine.
To translate this in a mechanic standpoint, in order to successfully cast this spell, you'd have to make a DC 17 Charisma check.
Ooh.
And be flat Charisma. So you would definitely want to
Buff up.
buff what you can, would be the recommendation.
Oh boy.
Because if you fail, the scroll disintegrates and the spell is not cast.
Oh boy. No pressure.
No pressure. But hey, maybe you'll get the wish from a fairy.
Yeah, that's much less dangerous.
You're adventurers. Your life is nothing but danger.
Okay.
Is there anything else you needed to speak with me about, Miss Eve?
No. I think... Well... This is just for my own curiosity, honestly. And pride, I guess. When we first met... When Lord Neverember said my name... You... I mean, can't really tell, but I think you gave me a funny look. Have you heard my last name before?
Roll a persuasion check. Fuck.
Dumb goof.
There's a pause. I do regret that I do know your name, not for the best of reasons, however. Your mother and I do not have a good relationship.
Eve blinks.
Oh? Well, I was gonna go tell her all about this impressive illusionist that I met that reminded me of her when I got home, but bad blood, huh?
Yes. She wasn't. How do I put this? I personally do not harbor any ill will towards her. She mostly had an issue with me.
I obviously can't see her face, but
Obviously.
does that sound sincere from her tone of voice?
Roll insight.
Just a straight roll?
Yeah, straight roll.
Got this.
You might be surprised.
Nope.
I rolled a natural one.
Oh!
She seems regretful about that.
Huh.
I mean, honestly, probably not. She wasn't around a whole lot. But Amaranth never mentioned anyone specific that seemed like Miss Stool that she had bad blood with, did she?
She did not know.
Huh.
Roll an intelligence check.
Oh boy.
No, no.
Alright.
Well, my mother is an amazing person, truly, but I understand that she can be a little bit challenging to get along with for some people. So that's not something I hold against you or anything.
Yes. But I suppose this sort of thing happens when someone tries to teach someone.
Oh. What? Were you... You didn't mentor her, did you?
Why, yes. I taught your mother illusion magic.
Eve stands up from the chair like it scrapes back and almost falls over and slams her hands on the table with like a shocked expression.
Wait, what? Really?
So, Bosch and Veritas,
Cliffhanger.
you guys are heading over next door.
Gotta get some food. Gotta get some rations.
Mm-hmm.
So, you walk inside. And you see and Bosch, to you, familiar dwarf, hard at work at the forge, seemingly hammering on something. And do you speak Dwarvish? Do either of you?
No.
Nope.
Son of a bitch.
Alright, he seems to be muttering to himself in Dwarvish.
Seems like a dwarf thing to do.
Hi, it's starting to be a habit, but back again.
Oh, hello there. Hold on just 1 second. And he just kind of puts what he's working on back into the forge. Just like, leave you bloody in there. So what can I offer you fine distractions?
I would like to buy all your rations.
That's good? Okay, that's not what I was expecting. So, all of them?
Yes.
Like, do you mean a lot, or do you mean all of them?
Yes.
All right.
Wait, how much do you have?
You see that bear over there?
Okay.
Yeah, I got like 5 of those.
Perfect.
Are, are, are you sure? Like, no offense, laddie. I imagine that you could bench press me and 10 of other of me, but that is a lot.
No, that's for me.
Says the skinny half elf.
I was just checking something there. Seems fine.
That. Oh, that's what I needed today. You're a funny one there. Probably the funniest elf I ever met.
First time Veritas has been called funny.
Ugh. But if alright, but the customer's always right. So I guess the least I could do for clearing me out would be to help you.
Can Veritas get discount?
We've got
He gives a smile.
Roll a persuasion. Son of a mother.
So that's like half off, right?
You know what?
25%?
You know what? For a bellyache like that, sure.
Yay!
I have to look up how much rations are.
2 gold. 5 or something like that.
5 silver.
Oh.
Uh-huh. He has a lot.
Hey, shit.
Alright. Let's see, with your discount, that'll be 125 gold.
Veritas reaches into his pocket / chest and pulls out a bag. Puts it on the counter.
He will kind of lean up and just like, may I?
Mm-hmm.
Could you
And
help counting that out?
being a dwarf and a shopkeeper, he will quickly count it out.
It comes up to 197 gold pieces, but it's separated into 499 copper, 328 silver, and 160 gold pieces.
What is that madness?
Right. I'll just take this. He takes the 125 gold pieces and leaves you the rest.
All right.
He does count very quickly, with the efficiency you would not expect of someone.
125 gold pieces removed.
Right. And yeah, you are now the proud owner of 100 days worth of rations.
Yay!
It's heavy.
Wanna, I mean, as much as we can put in the bag. Maybe do like half and half so that, if somehow we're separated, that we still have 2, that they're about the same.
DM, gracious DM, how heavy is 1 barrel?
Pretty sure barrels are heavy as shit.
Each barrel is about, I don't know, 40 pounds, I want to say? Just kind of saying off the top of my head, just estimating.
40 pounds? Okay. Veritas will take one of the barrels, and you see it start to go into his actual body and like start to get compressed or like, you know, disappear as he puts one barrel in his inventory, quote unquote.
Oh, never the fuck mind.
Is it? Because yeah, for you,
It's way heavier. Because I'm just like, wait, like I said it out loud, just like, that seems way too light. Like, even empty, that doesn't seem right.
yeah.
Yeah, no. Each barrel is 110 pounds.
He can still do it for one barrel.
We could potentially open a barrel and put the rations inside into the bag.
That works too.
Forget if I have a crowbar. Do I have a crowbar? Crowbars are probably not useful for opening barrels, but probably help.
Wouldn't they be extremely useful? Like, don't you have to pry the lid off?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Don't have a crowbar. Can I purchase a crowbar?
I mean, do you
Absolutely.
need a crowbar when you have an axe?
Supply and demand.
Here you go. On the house for the purchase.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, so I will use the crowbar to to open the barrel and begin stuffing rations into the bag of holding.
All right. So in total, there are 200 pounds of rations themselves. Like, just by themselves without the barrels, because the barrels each weigh 90 pounds.
Are you okay if I just kind of take what's in the barrel and then do you want the barrel back?
You know, that would help.
All right. One
The
at a
barrel wasn't
time.
actually... The barrel actually wasn't for sale.
Oh,
One.
But,
here.
given that, he just ate it, I think I'm good. I can live with 4 barrels.
thanks. Sorry about that. I realize.
No, it's fine.
And I'm assuming we can fit 150 pounds of food in the bag of holding. I don't know
I
how many
believe
books
the
are
bag
in
of
there.
Bag of holding can hold like 500 pounds.
It can hold 500 pounds. So the question is, Eve, how much stuff do you have in the bag of holding?
Well, let me check.
499 pounds worth of books.
Well, I've got 3 books from my dad's shop. The Book of Still Tongues, my old rapier, my lyre. Is that in the bag? I feel like that would be on the... Anyway, and some leather armor. And that's it. Could probably get rid of the leather armor at this point.
I don't even
Actually-
know that's in there, so I'm not concerned.
Actually, just kidding. The leather armor wouldn't be in there because I just replaced it with Armor of Necrotic Resistance, which was the leather armor with Chilbu's thing on it. So
That is correct.
that's gone.
Oh.
That's not in there.
Yeah, that's not actually in there. That's just a placeholder.
Veritas will also be taking, helping you, Bosch, by grabbing separate pieces of rations and putting it into his coat pocket or his vest.
There are 2 jars of pickles as well.
those kept well.
They're pickles, of course.
How
You
long
could
have
have
they
put the
been in
tentacle
there?
in the pickle.
They are pickled.
Okay. When Veritas puts food into his coat, does it magically like merge with his body, or is he literally just like have pockets full of stuff?
It kind of goes into a pocket, you could say.
Bosch wouldn't know, but Colin, you would know there's a reason why he should not have a bag of holding.
I know that Veritas shouldn't have the bag of holding. I'm thinking like, is Veritas absorbing stuff into his body?
To Bosch, it looks like that. To Colin, he kind of has a pocket dimension inside of him.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. All right. I don't mean to slow things down with that.
That's fine.
Yeah, we're kind of making a scene in the store then. Although it sounds like nobody else is there but the shopkeeper. Us just stuffing food into bag and coats.
Yes.
I now have a barrel.
Right. Now, do keep in mind, Veritas, that your pocket dimension is not nearly as spacious as the bag of holding.
Oh yes, I know that.
Now he has snacks.
He has tried to. I don't know how many you grabbed, Bosch, but Veritas has tried to grab as many of these rations as possible.
I mean, I'm loading them into the bag of holding. Are you like madly scrabbling to shove as many in your pockets as you can?
Yes.
I don't think this is a competition.
Always have as many snacks as possible.
Yeah, let's just try and split it up kind of half and half.
I'll get the bigger half.
That's not how halves work.
Yeah. Seeing that this is a competition, Bosch will take the lid off one barrel and try and balance the bag of holding, and hold the barrel and just kind of pour the contents in. Which I do realize that the mouth of the barrel is much bigger than the mouth of the bag of holding.
Yes. So Veritas is probably catching the ones that don't quite make it in the hole for the bag of holding. Do you need a hand there, Letty?
I'm good.
I wasn't talking to you.
If you want to hold this bag, I mean, just pour stuff in.
Oh yeah. You know it's not that big, right?
It's might be surprised.
Alright then. And you, with the help of the shopkeep, you will pour most of the food in. Veritas, in total, you have 40 pounds versus Bosch's 60.
Including the barrel, this big barrel that he took.
Or, I'm sorry, you have 40. Bosch has way more than that. He is 160 pounds. Because
Yeah.
it's 2 pounds.
I have 80 pounds of rations. That's 40 days worth.
And you would have 40 rations.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. because a ration is 2 pounds, so that would be 80 pounds.
Hold up. Back up. Let me think. So, you got 20 days from the barrel that you took.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got another 20 from what was spilled.
Yes.
So that's 40 days.
Yes.
So Bosch has 60 days.
Mm-hmm. Which means he has
Okay.
120 pounds on him.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not marking that on my inventory.
That should go in the bag of holding.
Yes.
Whoever's inventory that's on.
I will. How many days was it again? Sorry.
60 days.
Okay, thank you.
Money well spent.
Sure. Good job. Good going.
Veritas will never go. Nah, he will go hungry pretty soon.
Oh, that shopkeep just made his year.
It is very worrying that Veritas might decide to snack and suddenly all of that food will be gone.
Veritas hungry again.
Did eat an entire uncooked dragon.
Never forget
Yeah,
Chunky
anyway.
Veritas.
Yeah, we do that. And
That's all we needed, right? Just
Yeah. Let's go find Virgil. Bye, shopkeep. I'll be back.
thanks a lot.
All right. Virgil, you've been walking around the town for a little bit, kind of keeping an eye out for anything noteworthy. And one thing does catch your eye. You see Grey Malkin.
The one person I don't want to see.
She seems to be standing kind of off to the side, but definitely looks like she is waiting for tonight.
Virgil will walk over and stand next to her.
Oh, hello there. Come to see these poor fools send off one of their own?
You say that they're poor fools.
I do.
I
What
like
would
they
you
have
call them?
sheep at a slaughter. Have no choice.
There's always a choice. They could choose not to sacrifice one of their own every month, and yet they do. They could choose. They could choose to rebel against this Ariel, try to end this nightmare they found themselves in, but they don't. They just continue on with their lives, their short, short lives.
Madam Grey Malkin.
Yes?
I've been told that to hold station with this thing called the Winter Court.
That would be correct.
Station that you hold, does it have a title?
my title would probably be best spoken as emissary at the time being. Although normally I would also be called a caretaker.
I too once held a title and a station. As privileged as you, but still lonesome guard. That's all.
I'm aware.
I had to follow orders. Sometimes those orders I didn't completely agree with, but I had to, otherwise my head would have been on a pike. Or starved to death in a dungeon, withering away to nothing. I was with...
But then the choice is to rot away in a dungeon or put your head on a pike. It is not a zero of a choice.
Neither outcome I would enjoy.
Then you chose what was in your best interest.
Very much like these people here. May
They
not
think
be...
it's in their best interest.
may not see it as their best interest, but when you're faced with one soul over a town, or suffer the wrath of this frost maiden, the town's going to sacrifice someone. They just figured out a polite way of doing it. Instead of gathering in mobs and forcing the weakest or dumbest, the one that causes the most trouble in town. I don't particularly like their method because it's not all too fair, is it? Only residents. This speaker they have has put their name in. So they, with their station, have a privilege of being exempt from this. And I can imagine the chaos that would ensue if it was fair all the way through and the speaker did put their name in and it did get drawn. There'd be a bit of concern. People would take advantage of it, loot, plunder, other things. The speaker being exempt. Month goes by and they know they're safe. While everyone else, for 29 days or more, live in fear of one day out of a month. I couldn't imagine growing up in a city like this.
Perhaps the speaker lives in fear as well. For one day, their city might turn against them.
Huh. Speak of a revolution. Revolt. That's plausible.
It's always possible. You push an animal too far and it will bite back. But also, that chaos that you speak of, if the speaker was to be claimed, do you think that they would be able to reorganize within a month, in time for the next drawing, for the next sacrifice.
Maybe, maybe not. Odds are, maybe not, but I don't know anyone in this town. Couldn't pick a good person from a bad one the first glance. Also couldn't pick someone with a good head on their shoulders, ready to step up and lead from someone that's wanting to fill the power vacuum that would occur. This lottery in itself is just organized chaos, that's all. Why do you such an interest in this?
Oh. Well, I figured while I'm here, I might be able to offer a favor. Desperate people and all that.
You look to capitalize on the chaos.
I do, and I will not apologize for it.
Oh, don't strike me as the woman that would. Be honest and straightforward, you don't strike me as a woman that would apologize for anything. I mean that with no disrespect, ma'am.
I did not sense any. No, I just find this all rather amusing. The being that these people are so afraid of. My queen could turn her to dust in an instant. And yet sees fit to let her rule this little corner of the world. I do wonder what her game is.
What if a desperate enough fool comes and asks you for one of your favors and asks if you can help, asks if you can rid this drawing of theirs and this frost maiden, be able to do it?
I'm afraid I would not be able to rid the Frost Maiden, as there is currently a truce between her and my queen, so I am not allowed to cross my queen. As for the drawing, easily enough.
People
However,
come.
I don't think that they would be appreciative of it.
You're just edging names in this lottery for others' favors. Almost kind of like a back alley shady deal. I remember stopping a few of those in my time. Not saying I will here. Obviously, you could, the flick of a wrist, do whatever you wish to me.
Oh, vengeance would not come from me, no.
Oh, no, no. Don't mislead. I do not wish harm upon you or to cross you or this court you serve in any way. I'm just trying to get my feet on the ground, and lately that's been a challenge in itself.
Why?
If you know of
Why
my
is it so challenging to get back into this? Were you not chomping at the bit in your captivity?
You were there. Conversation we had with friend Nestor. He wishes us to travel this place called the Feywild.
My home. Kind of. Not really. The part you're going to, anyway.
Would you be accompanying us, or do you have business? Or
I'm
in
afraid
Branchen?
that I'm afraid that I am not allowed to set foot in Prismere.
I mean, it deals with another truce of some type.
That would be between my queen and Zabonia.
And no offense, but any names or words that come out of your mouth from that realm fall on deaf ears with me. I not know your queen or this Zamboni you speak of. I will be epitome of a stranger in a strange land.
That you will.
That does not sit well with
Your-
me.
Your connection to the Shadowfell. I will be remiss in seeing how the folks of Prismere react to it. Know this, though. You would be welcomed in my land.
Hey.
Cheered as something almost kin to most of the folk there.
No. Are you... Does Virgil know about Shadowfell?
I would say roll a religion check for you.
Okay. I don't know shit.
You know exactly one thing, and that is the realm from where the Raven Queen is from.
You say I'm connected with what is it exactly?
I'm not sure. It seems to be an air about you. Perhaps it is your connectedness to undeath. Perhaps it is the queen that watches over your shoulder. Perhaps something else entirely. I am no seer, but I can get a whiff of these things sometimes.
Have you been to this place?
To the Shadowfell? Heavens no. The undead are not deal makers usually. Usually looking to get out of one.
Oh, if that's one thing I could think of is desperate dead soul trying to get back to the living. Do anything.
Yes, but that's bad business. Letting an undead walk the earth like that, especially once consigned to the Shadowfell. No, I'd much rather make my dealings with mortals.
Are you an immortal then? Forever.
Me? I was mortal. Once upon a time.
Now you're not.
Now I am simply Fae.
What is simply Fae exactly?
Well, it means... how to explain this? It means that we are unchanging and yet fickle. That we are stuck in our own ways, yet constantly push the boundaries. It is a form of ordered chaos.
Or stubbornness. For us, only mortals, that's what we would call it. If you're not a seer, how do you know of me?
Oh, well, I asked that vampire lady. Oh, what was her name?
Go.
No, not your, supposed sister. Eschatel, that's who it was.
Name ring a bell at all?
It does ring a bell.
Yeah.
You would know that Eschatel is the name of a noble in Neverwinter, particularly one that's been heavily funding a lot of the reconstruction efforts. And is probably one of the people responsible for Neverwinter's current prosperity.
How'd you visit her?
Well, she had need of my lady's services. Brokering deals with the supernatural needs a special kind of insurance.
If we are about to travel to, not necessarily your neck of the woods, but adjacent to it, you have any, words of wisdom for a stranger that's going to be roaming out there?
I will say this, that like I said, that Fae is ordered chaos. That will mean that there will be some sort of rule that permeates Prismere. Something intangible. Something that just is. As for what that rule is, I haven't the foggiest.
And I can only assume that this place is much more deadlier than walk in the forest here.
Oh, if it's anything like my Feywild, absolutely.
Say that with such enthusiastic glee as if you enjoy it.
Because I do. Why not enjoy your existence? What point is there in being all doom and gloom? It is far more enjoyable to enjoy what you have, is it not?
Some things shouldn't exist. Things in this world, or even yours maybe, so vile, vicious, bloodthirsty for carnage, reveling in destroying things around it. They should not walk at all.
You just spoke of half of my court.
I mean, no disrespect towards the court, but if that's the case, life is precious. One minute you're breathing, the next you could not be. Deeds in a blink of an eye. Gasp for air. Everything you know or knew be taken away from you. And the people that revel in that, at least here on this plane, my lady, should not be walking. Should not exist. Bad enough, these people live in fear of one day of the month how many of them go out getting food, trying to survive this hellacious weather they have. Too many commoners live in fear on a daily when they just try so desperately hard to live. Farmers hoping that their crops come in, and if they don't, how will they survive the winter? And that's south from here. These people I couldn't imagine. I mean, the things that want to kill them just because they're hungry. Stack a god-like woman that demands a sacrifice. Every soul here, their life is just hell. It'd be hard to find some form of enjoyment or happiness knowing that around the corner they can be snuffed out. Not saying it's impossible, but it would be a short-lived happiness. Some people would like that, and I envy them for that. I can't remember the last time I was truly happy. You seem like you're happy all the time, especially making deals with mortals. Knowing that, assuming they pull cards from this deck I've been told about, even the cards themselves kill them.
It could. I must say, a pity that you did not get to meet my lady. I think you would have gotten along quite well with her.
Oh, so maybe one day I will be in your neck of the woods. Seems like we keep getting pulled different directions when we're just started walking in one.
I do look forward to seeing how it goes.
We'll just hang out around her, not like super close, just in the same vicinity. Watching most likely people walk up, heard it's getting closer to the lottery drawing, and any person that approaches her, Virgil will say a small prayer for them. That's all he can do right now.
Yes. You'll notice that Grey Malkin actually does not pay attention to anyone, and that her eyes just remain fixated on the pedestal.
Anybody watching this besides her?
Roll a perception check.
6.
As you look around, you see Bosch and Veritas walking out of the shop next to the Wandering Weasel.
As I see
And Bosch
them,
and Veritas, can you roll a perception check?
Get boss. We will lose each other in 10 feet of space.
Bosch, you see Virgil and Grey Malkin.
Okay. How far off were they?
They're like on the other side of the square.
I see my foot.
And what a good foot it is.
Well, I'll do like a big theatrical wave. I don't know if either one of them actually reacts.
Grey Malkin will give you a bit of a wave.
I will abandon where I was at and walk over towards Bosch and Veritas. But as I walk, I just keep looking at the pistol that she's staring at. Once I approach Bosch and Veritas, so, how much food did we get?
Yes.
We got a lot of food. We'll be all set.
This should last us a week.
You sure about that?
Not that great at math, but it's going to be more than a week. We'll be good.
Alright. Keeps saying don't eat anything there, so if we run out of food, we are in definite trouble. Don't know why, but he knows more about the
We're
place
gonna
than we
need-
do.
We need like
And I'll close so I can kind of whisper, like,
do we need special rations for you? I mean, I don't know that we can buy that kind of thing in a general store.
Appreciate the gesture, Bosch, but I'll fill up before the trip and just have to make do. Drink. We can curve the hunger for a while. Worst case scenario, I'll just fill up. Ask Tommy to fill up my water skin.
Okay, if you think it's going to be all right.
No, I don't. None of this is alright. It's something we have to do, apparently. Like good soldiers, we just march forward.
I'll take your word for it.
Be right
Guess
back.
Grey Malkin's going to stick around and watch the thing too.
Oh, huh. He's setting up shop, more or less. But don't mind her. Much you can do about it if one desperate enough comes up to you and begs you to save their life. She's capable of doing that. We're taking it. Either way, it won't be their problem anymore.
He doesn't want to like put out a sign. I mean, they might just walk past her.
Think he's looking for the desperate people asking anyone for help. The moment they ask her, that's when she'll offer the favor. I don't think she's gonna literally set up a banner and go, chances of saving your life here. The whole town would line up.
I mean, I don't see why that's not something she would want. It seems pretty keen on people drawing those cards.
He is a strange one. But in her realm, she told me, ordered chaos rules. So, he has a method to her madness. Whatever that may be, who knows? I feel like Grey Malkin will enough favors and deals satisfy herself.
It's like kind of her thing.
So you all keep telling me. Be right back. I'm gonna go see if I can check on something real quick. I'm gonna head into the Wandering Weasel after this. I can meet you guys there, or if you guys have other plans, you can continue with them.
Pretty much got what I was looking for. Got a whole bunch of food. Just gonna go inside, make sure he knows what's up. And, good to go.
I will be in there shortly. Virgil's gonna try and get as close as he can to the pedestal to kind of inspect it, see if there's anything fishy going on with it.
Alright. There is a general crowd in the market square, but you notice that there is kind of this kind of empty space as you get closer and closer to it, and as it definitely seems like the general population wants to avoid this stage because of what it represents. There seems to be a single town guard standing there guarding it, and he looks miserable. He is freezing his ass off, despite being layered up.
Ahoy there, are you doing alright? You look kind of cold.
It's fucking freezing out here.
You wanna step into the tavern and get us a warm drink? Can leave you for a short time if you wish.
I'm afraid I can't do that. On shift, on duty.
I know all about that. Guard from Neverwinter.
Neverwinter? Long way from home, pal.
Travels take me to strange places, and this is one of them. Trying to help out a fellow's guard. Especially in your cold-ass climates right now. I mean, deal with this day in and day out.
Yeah.
Or some tough people. If you
Welcome to hell frozen over.
thought Neverwinter was cold in the winters, you guys definitely kick our ass.
Yeah, you'll be lucky to keep your fingers through winter here.
I just exited the tavern and can stand for a bit. You should go in, get yourself a warm beverage, and warm up so you don't become an icicle.
No, it'll be worse then when I come back out to end my shift.
Promise.
No, I'll wait for the comfort of my own home.
Standing
I'll
guard
make it through,
throughout.
don't you worry.
Standing guard throughout the entire flank.
No, I'm just the guy to make sure that no one pulls any shenanigans before the drawing. Once the drawing starts, I will head home and cross my fingers.
Shenanigans? What, like, people try to pull something before?
Well, you never know. I mean, a couple months ago we had some crazy people claiming they were speakers for the damn person. But then they tried to pull some shenanigans over at town hall. Luckily, the guards were able to stop them, but they got away.
What exactly are they aiming to do?
Well, they were aiming to steal the damn bowl.
Well, the bowl is special, I'm assuming? Did they believe it was special?
Oh no, the bowl just has all the names in it.
They were wanting to the lottery and run with it.
Seemed to be. Well, who knows what kind of chaos that would have caused.
His position Near the stage. Is it on the stage or off the stage?
Off the stage.
Okay, how far away is he from the pedestal itself?
From the pedestal, probably 10 feet.
From this distance, I see anything strange about this pedestal?
Roll a perception.
Type of like kings or runes or some.
Sure, sure.
I am definitely going to use a luck.
Sure, go ahead.
On, damn it. I'll take it. Almost a nat 20, but I'll take
21.
it.
21. That's a pretty good roll. You see wood. It is the most basic of carpenter jobs. In fact, with the 21, I'll tell you that there's a reason why they have to build this thing is because likely it falls apart before the next month. It is so shoddily made.
If I eye over towards Grey Mulk, is she still just eyeing this thing?
Yes.
Alright, well,
You can roll an insight on her if you want.
fuck it. 19.
19. With a 19, you can tell that there's nothing special about the altar itself, or the pedestal itself. She seems more interested in what the pedestal means, in what it represents. And what will happen atop this pedestal in a few hours' time.
That realization. Alright, I'll freeze Death out here and look on the drawing.
Yeah, thanks. And do yourself a favor. Don't stay.
I'll be leaving shortly.
Good luck to you.
Take care. And he will return to the Wandering Weasel.
Alright. Even though it doesn't make sense, but to simplify things, we'll say that Bosch, Veritas, and Virgil arrive in the Wandering Weasel at the same time.
Eve at that
Hello,
point.
and welcome to the... And you hear Eve interrupt that with, what?
That's a new one. Like it. Welcome to the what? That's nice. Nice ring to it.
I can go again if you want.
Heard it plenty. All good. I will take a glass of my favorite beverage you served me.
Oh, I certainly.
Knocks the snow off. And I'm assuming we look over at Eve and there's like this shock look on her face.
That would be correct.
Mm-hmm.
Is everything alright, Eve?
Eve barely registers that someone is speaking to her. But, like, after a couple of seconds, she glances over absently and is like, what? Yeah, everything's fine, don't worry.
If you say so, you're the one that has the jaw dropped. Virgil's gonna walk over to the bar.
Alright. What about Veritas and Bosch?
Going to join Eve at the table.
You're like, well, that all taken care of. We got a whole bunch of food.
Eve has looked back at Nastool and does not look away. She's just like, oh yeah, good job, guys. Awesome, nice.
It is good to see your friends are so proactive.
Yeah, we're doing our best to prepare. Huh.
I picked up a crowbar, too. Should be useful in the Feywild.
Oh, yeah, that's good, great. I'm sure it'll come in handy. Eve.
Here's your change.
Hand Eve back all of the money that she gave me.
Eve kind of takes it and looks at it in confusion and looks back at Bosch and is like,
You did buy food, right?
Huh? Bought 5 barrels of food.
You bought 5, but
I mean,
oh,
we only kept 1 barrel, but an actual barrel. Yeah, we kept the food inside.
you kept one. Okay. Well, that's I guess I should have been more specific. But that's good. That's good. We
Not enough.
No. That's great. That should be enough. Even if we wind up stuck there for longer than anticipated, which we're gonna make sure not to do, but we'll be good. Yeah, good work, guy. Why do I have change? How much does that much food cost?
Not a lot, I guess. I mean, Veritas kind of took care of it.
Veritas.
is he still here? Oh no.
I
Did
don't know
we,
that he joined us at the table.
did
Say
we
anything.
lose Nick?
Nick asleep.
Oh no.
I think we lost Nick. Oh, yeah.
We have.
He mentioned he was tired.
He did mention he was tired. But we will proceed on.
Okay.
It happens before. He's fallen asleep a few times during games.
Oh.
Yes, it's fine. He overworks himself.
Oof.
Definitely. I'll join the table after getting my paint of blood. Troy doesn't even like saying it. Jesus. Oh, everything settled up?
Eve slowly sits back down in her chair, giving the stool a this is a conversation that will be had on a different occasion. Look.
The stool will nod.
I'm not enjoying the silence, Eve. Please tell me everything is ready.
Well, kinda. There's some more details we need to talk about.
Like what?
Well, okay. I feel like this would be rude to. I'm sorry, Nistul. I feel like this would be rude to hash out right in front of you after you spent all that time hashing it out with me.
Hmm?
There's some. Okay, listen, guys. I guess we're gonna do this here. Have you guys ever heard of how time works in the Feywild?
Comes up, some goes down.
Well, you know, that would normally be the case in most places. But actually, not in this one.
There's not. Okay, so what are we looking at? Like, these are longer, shorter.
Yes.
You're starting to
And
sound
no.
like Veritas. What? Do you mean no? Do you mean by
Well-
yes?
It's both, sometimes.
Okay. And Virgil
Okay.
will slide out a chair, calmly
And
sit
also
down.
none of the time. It's really strange.
Please
Um,
explain it to just normal person in normal terms. Explain to me as if I have no idea what I'm about to walk into, because I don't, how
what he
things
said.
work.
Well, to put it simply, there is a chance that you will walk in there and spend however many days or weeks it takes, and when you walk out, no time has passed at all. Or you could be in there for one day and come out years from now.
Like the first one more than that last one you just mentioned. Not know about this, Eve, or did it just slip your mind?
Eve kind of bites a knuckle nervously.
Listen, I didn't want to bring it up before in case Miss Nisdul had a way around it. Didn't want to, unnecessarily alarm you fellas. But on the bright side, there are potential ways around it, which we are gonna, opt for.
Oh, we're definitely opting for it. If I go to this place that you want to go so badly, and I'm not blaming you or putting this on you, if I'm going here, we spend a day there. Years pass here, I will be very furious to the point where I'll just have to go kill the nearest bad thing. Because if years pass when I'm gone and the Kinches more of a tight iron grip than they already do, if something happens with know who, we won't be able to do anything. No matter what favor or friend we gain on this mission that Nastol has given us so kindly, we will be wiped if we see them. They know how strong we are.
Eve kind of winces and then looks at Nisdul and like raises her eyebrows and shoulders like, see?
I'm Nastol, assuming. What are the chances of this secondary route next success?
I would say that the chances of something happening are, to be frank, 50-50.
I've had worse odds, but those aren't good ones. This route that you have discussed, what will it do exactly? Like, we go to the Feywild, do this for you, do whatever. Are we using this route to get there or come back home?
That will depend on how things proceed inside the Feywild. What I will be doing is I will be delivering you to where the entrance is. It will, however, be up to you to find it in its exact location.
Sorry, just...
But you will be within a... It will be obvious where it is. Sort of. You'll understand when we get there.
Okay.
As for leaving, in order to avoid the potential repercussions of the Feywild's time warp, there are 3 possibilities. There's the first, that you return with as quickly as possible to mitigate as much damage as possible. This particular route is risky, as it may be futile. The second is to gain favor from Zybilna. Zybilna, being the Archfey of Prismir, will have sway over the Time Warp, and would be able to get you back without any time passing.
Mulkin mentioned that name when I had a conversation with her. Okay, and the third one?
And the third one is more experimental. Prismere is blocked off from most interplanar travel, but have yet to see the effects of a spell that I know that is not known to this realm. A spell that would return a creature and those that creature chooses to the origin location of something or someone.
Okay, option
But
3, we need
but
someone from the Feywild or someone from this plane?
you would simply need someone from where you wish to go.
Eve
Or
raises her
something.
hand and says, "So essentially, if we used me as the spell's focus, then when we're done in the Feywild, we can come directly back to Waterdeep. Because that's where I was born."
That's where we're trying to go, right?
Yeah,
Okay, that's good, that's good. A lot more positive are showing up in this very bad situation, which is good. Okay, what does this spell need?
It will need a scroll that I will provide, and it will need Miss Eve here to be able to cast it. It will be difficult and will require a great deal of magical effort on her part, but if she properly prepares herself, she should be able to achieve this magical feat.
And, our lovely Eve here, how confident are you in your abilities of performing this task?
I
Think you can do it, yes or no?
I don't know. But
I wouldn't have offered if I didn't think you couldn't.
Okay,
thank you.
okay. So,
Like that can be plan A. You know, go in, uh, you know, and Natasha and get her free. We could try doing that, and if it doesn't work, we can go back the hard way.
I have a question. Since Virgil mentioned Grey Malkin, Eve looks back at Nastool and says, "Is it just the Archfey who is the proprietor of that particular realm who can affect the time flow there? Or is it any Archfey who can affect the local time flow around individuals?"
The Archfey of that realm will have an easier time, and any who wishes to affect the time warp of that particular realm will most certainly need the permission of them.
organized chaos at its best.
Alright, so I guess we can't ask that for Grey Malkin's favor that she owes us.
No, she told me she will not step foot in wherever we're going.
Right, she wouldn't be able to.
I'm Nestor. I have a request, and if you could not accommodate it, I understand. But I personally feel like I'm about to walk to the gallows, and just one thing I need to do. In Neverwinter, would you be able to facilitate some means of travel to me to get to Neverwinter to do this? And after that, I am a while bound with the rest of them.
I think then that I I will not do this for you. For the simple fact that we are already going to be traveling to Neverwinter.
Oh?
That is where it has appeared.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That can't be a good thing. This door can't be summoned, correct? Can it?
The door goes where it needs to be.
Okay. One of those damn mages did something stupid again.
I doubt anyone in Neverwinter had any say in the matter.
Well, after this lottery, I am ready to go. Malkin, huge interest in this, and I'd like to see the victim off and be a prayer for them.
If that is your wish, then we may do so afterwards. I was discussing with Tommen as well. Tommen and his crew will be accompanying us as they also need to get to Neverwinter. And I have just enough space for them.
That being said, I will see you all shortly.
Okay.
Finish off his
Okay.
drink, leave the cup there, get up and wait for the lottery to happen.
Alright. Does anyone else do anything?
Greymo, Miss Dool, one more quick question.
Yes?
How long ago did the door appear in Neverwinter?
I'm afraid, with some irony, it was shortly after you left.
What? How many days has it been?
Like, 3, I think.
Okay. Alright.
But this means that we have plenty of time,
That
hopefully.
is very relative.
We have plenty of time, hopefully.
Okay, that's less relative.
I don't want to assume anything, but the door appeared in Neverwinter, and you said it goes where it's needed. I think it's for us.
It might be. Or it could be for someone else or something else. Or it could just be there on a whim. It's hard to tell with the Fae.
We'll take your word for it.
Will we be heading to Neverwinter directly after the lottery, or tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow morning, I am still somewhat tapped from my travels today.
Okay, that's for the best. I think I need to give everyone a bit of a rundown on what to expect in the Feywild anyway.
Yes. Do you have any other questions?
Not for right now. Thank you.
Alright. Tommen, I trust my room is still in order? Yes, ma'am. Right back there. Thank you. I will retire for the evening. And I will see the lot of you in the morning.
Have a good night.
Eve gets up and bows to her on her way out.
Good night. And the stool will retire to her chambers.
Whew. Hey, Bosch, can I grab that bag back for a second?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's your bag. Go for it.
Oh, thank you.
Eve will slowly dig out a jar of pickles and start absently munching on one with a faraway expression.
Alright. Anything else to add, or shall we move on to tonight's festivities?
Yeah, actually. I'm going to once again, I'm going to attempt a private conversation with Tia.
I want to ask you something.
Sure, Bosch.
This is looking pretty serious. These guys are all worried that you're gonna get lost or gonna be gone for a lot longer than I think we are. Are you good with this?
Bosch, I really appreciate you caring. But I am convinced that you and your friends are destined to help people, and I want to help you do that. And besides, if you got lost in the Feywild, that would mean that you would need help, wouldn't it?
Oh.
And I would be remiss in not being able to.
You feel like you have to help us?
If you're asking me if I am doing this of my own volition, I am.
Yeah, I feel like I've said it so many times, but like, I want you to forced into any of this. We've been putting you through a lot. Were you even, if you don't mind my asking, what did you do before we met? Just kind of, after I talked to your dad, you just kind of appeared.
Well, give me 1 second. I just need one piece of information.
Okay.
But I don't know it off the top of my head.
Oh god. Use that so much in my life.
There we go. Alright. Well, I spent the early parts of my life in Celestia with my father.
Like, town?
Like the plane.
Okay.
A lot of people would refer to it as heaven.
Sounds really nice.
It is really nice.
miss being
It's
there?
no, I don't. It's a place of peace and lawfulness and all things good. But sometimes they just seem snooty. They dismiss so many people sometimes just because they are too chaotic. They follow the beat of their own drum too much. Are unwilling to fall in line with what they deem is the right way, even if they were a good person their whole life.
You don't like that.
I think if you're good, then you're good, right? Doesn't matter if you follow a creed or just kind of go on a whim. If you're a good person, you're a good person.
Can see that, yeah. I don't know.
Like,
Seems like with
like for,
Faye, they follow a lot of rules, and yet they're things on a whim too. It's kind of hard to understand.
yes, they are quite perplexing. But I must admit I don't know much about them other than their vexing nature.
Yeah. I think you're right. If you're good, then what does it matter if I don't know, you behave like all the people for you or whatever it is that they're so angry about. Don't miss anything from there?
I admit I do miss my family, being able to see them all the time, but I feel that my purpose is to be here. That I am where I need to be.
I'm sure they'd be proud of you.
I hope so. And I assume my father would not take too kindly if he thought otherwise.
When you're back there someday, you can tell them all about the stuff we do. Hopefully it'll be a good story and show them that you don't have to always follow the rules to be a good person.
Yeah. Thank you, Bosch.
I feel it's got really heavy. I just wanted to check in and make sure you're doing okay, but
It is fine, Bosch.
good to know about your folks too. And maybe someday when you're ready, you can tell me about them.
You want to meet my parents, do you?
I said tell me about them, but yeah, okay. I mean, I met your dad. How much worse can it be?
Oh, my mother. I'm not sure how that would go. A bit more of a stickler than my father. But I think we can leave it at that for now. Should we leave Virgil by himself out there?
I mean, keeps on going off by himself. To be what he wants, but I don't know. Maybe he's asking for somebody to come out and stick around. Let's go take a look. I mean, it's like you don't mind the cold that much.
Yeah.
And by me.
So, Bosch. She is going to try to hold your hand. Do you consent to hand holding?
Oh God.
Be a little surprised at first, but yes.
Alright.
She's a dragon.
You have shown a vested interest in her general well-being. And she's very much appreciative.
If we can get Bosch to like polymorph into a donkey, we have Shrek.
Don't you sully this.
Wow.
I can't. No, I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I had to go there.
Oh no.
It's Max's fault. The whole "do you consent?" That phrase it different.
Hey. Henry Crabgrass is the best of us.
He is.
I will keep comments to myself from now on.
Alright.
You just replace that with a half orc, man.
Alright, so Eve, while you contemplate the what Nistul has told you, Bosch and Tia will head on outside after Virgil. And Virgil, the ceremony will begin to be underway. The town starts to gather around the stage. God damn it.
Got me too.
Sorry.
No, it got me too.
Let me just put this window over top Discord. Alright, there we go.
I can make it go away. Sorry.
No, it's fine. The town begins to gather in this space, and it very quickly becomes crowded as many people wonder, are they next? A lot of times in crowds like this, you're in events like this that happen in Neverwinter, usually you are assigned there to make sure that things don't get too rowdy. But with this crowd, it seems that there's no need, as there's a solemn silence amongst them. Eventually, Bosch and Tia join you outside, and you see that woman that you met in front of the stage start to walk up it, bowl in hand, and place it upon the pedestal. She then turns to address the crowd. It is with a solemn duty that I present myself here, your speaker, to draw the name of someone that while it is sad that we will have to see one of us go, know that you let the rest of us live. If there was another way, I swear to you that we would seek it, but we got word that one of the other 10 towns skipped their sacrifice last month. And while they avoided death on the night of, the winter was especially hard. And they ended up losing even more over the past month, reaffirming that what we do is necessary. And so, with an extreme amount of solemnness, I will draw the name of the individual that will save our city for the next month. And she will turn to the bowl and draw a piece of paper from it.
Is there any fishy business, or does she just put her hand in and grab something and pull it out?
I mean, you can roll insight if you want.
Just want to make sure that this is legit.
You may do so.
17.
17. You can tell that there's no fishy business and that she doesn't in fact feel the burden of this position. Like, she is not saving face or putting on a face.
Okay.
In fact, actually, when she draws the name, you actually kind of see the pit of her stomach go out from her, as apparently she recognizes the name.
Virgil is waiting in anticipation. Like, there's a grimace look on his face. He just wants to get this over with.
The name of our savior for this month is Aranzer. There's kind of this silent hush that goes over the crowd, and you can tell that the attention seems to shift to two individuals. A tall tiefling, male, standing there, wrapped up in some simple cloths that seem to be just barely enough for the weather, holding the hand of a little girl tiefling. And he seems to have a very, very shocked expression.
Where's everyone else's eyes looking at? Are they looking at or the child?
It's a combination of both. Because no matter which way you slice it, it's not great. I need to write this down before I forget the damn name. Alanzer will kind of look down at the small girl and just be like, "Be strong for father, alright?" And the girl will give a big hug to their dad before Alanzar walks up to the stage to receive his slip of paper telling him that he needs to leave town. there's a small conversation between Alanzar and the speaker, very brief. And a few guards escort him and the small girl away from the crowd, which begins to disperse.
Follow the escort.
Alright. You follow them to a quaint little village. Little house. Nothing extravagant, very simple. They walk inside and he will begin to gather his things.
The guards just posted outside.
One went in with him, but yes, the rest of them remain posted outside.
How many guards are there?
There are 3.
Bitch. Wait to them to exit, see what proceeds. I'm just playing this by ear right now.
Are you stealthing at all?
Yeah, I don't. 18.
18. You're able to blend in enough where you're able to not be noticed. And eventually an hour passes, and the father and the daughter come out of the house.
That time, I am going to take a blanket that I have, and in the blanket, I am going to wrap one of Chilbu's swords that he gave me. It's one of the scimitars. It just keep it under my arm, kind of like a package.
Alright. They will begin to walk towards the northern gate.
I will. New pursuit.
Alright. And eventually they do reach it. The father says one last goodbye to the daughter, giving a hug, before eventually beginning to walk away.
That time when he turns away from his daughter, walks towards the gate. Excuse me, hold on, please.
I'm sorry, I have to get going.
I understand. Time is up. I want you to have this. And we'll hand him the blanket.
That is a kind offer, but I assume you're not from around here.
Right.
I can't receive any help from anyone here.
I'm not from here, so you could receive my help.
I kind of looks back towards his daughter.
It'll be taken care of. I'll see to it.
I wouldn't want to risk it. I
We'll
truly
burn.
appreciate the gesture.
I'll take care of your daughter. Nothing's going to happen to her. I give you my word. Need to make sure you have a chance
I'm afraid the
out
word
there.
of a stranger does not mean a lot to me, sir. No matter how kind that stranger is.
Go to put my hand on his shoulder. And I'm going to cast Ford.
You're going to cast what?
Ford.
Ford?
Death Ward.
Oh, Death Ward.
Yeah.
That was not coming through for me for some reason.
Same here, yeah.
Death Ward. After 0
Alright,
hit points, he
he's-
gets one more.
He has been warded from death.
Peace. For your sacrifice, because that's what this is. I want to make sure that you have some form of warmth at the harsh winter. And he presses the blanket towards him and leans in. And in a very hushed tone, gets close to like his ear. There is defenses within the blanket for you to have. Take it. Your daughter knows that one day she will see you.
I roll a
Hey.
persuasion check.
Fuck. Where's that one at? I don't get to use it at all. Okay, it's underneath performance. Come on, you dirty bastard! Use my last luck.
Go ahead and use your last luck.
Shit, come on, damn it.
Well, let's see if it's run out.
Hopefully
A
not.
19. I will take the blanket, but not the weapon.
Them both and then guard the weapon. I'd rather not have the guards see it in there. Don't want to put you in harm. Just take it as a gift. I promise you, your daughter will be taken care of.
And thank you.
Before you leave, no stories of legends, heroes doing incredible things, destroying dragons, defeating tyrants. No one tells a story. People like you. Made and are making. Make sure there's wake up in the morning and have another day.
Roll an insight check. Actually, no. This would be insight. Roll a perception check.
Could have been real bad. Holy shit.
All right.
Was almost.
There's a twitch in his face.
What?
How do I say this without saying it?
Like a shimmer? I don't know
There's-
a lot, but I do know what illusory magic looks like a little bit.
It's not illusionary magic. He... Imagine, if you will, he moved like an inch to the left, but there wasn't a frame for it. Like he moved, like shifted very slightly, but it was instantaneous. And also his skin looks a bit rougher. You will not have to worry about my daughter. I have seen to it that she will be fine.
Thank you for allowing me to help you. It does me a great service that you allow that.
All right. Best of luck to you. kind, sir.
Before you leave, I would to know your name, so that I will never forget it.
Alanzar.
And Virgil will stick out his hand for handshake. Virgil.
Good to meet you.
Carry yourself out there.
I'll
And
do what I can.
he steps back, standing like next to his daughter, and he'll fold his hands and mutter just a quick prayer. Raven Queen.
As you turn back to rejoin the guards and his daughter, you see Grey Malkin standing there holding his daughter's hand.
Did not. He immediately walks up to Grey Malkin.
Hello there.
A quick word with you. Private.
You'll need to be quick. I'm about to do some work.
Figured. Well, I just want to me and her away from the guards and the daughter and every secluded area as much as possible.
I'll be right back, honey.
The hell are you doing with her?
Fulfilling a favor.
Of course, a fucking father would want to protect his daughter. What are your
Of course
intentions
he would,
with me?
wouldn't he?
What do you intend to do with her?
I will take her back to the Winter Court, where she will be safe for the rest of her life, as was her father wishes. To be
Girl.
away from this hell, and to never know what it might feel like to be separated from the ones that you love.
To be more like you and your court.
Maybe, if she makes that choice. But at least she'll have one, right?
No, does she? Father did this for her. Do you want to go with you? Do you want to leave whatever, if she knows here, friends, loved ones, or other people that can take care of her? You do not need to take her to your damn court. Turn her into one of you.
I'm afraid that her mother has already been drawn.
The church, I know.
There is no one else that could provide what I offer. And besides, the choice has already been made. I will fulfill my favor.
I'm Grey Malkin. Understand you are a person of your word. Don't do this to this girl. Let her make the choice. Tell her what is going to happen when she goes to your winter court. Tell her what she should expect to see and do there. See if that doesn't frighten the living fuck out of her. If a person like me would be welcome in your court, she's just an innocent child. She has no business being in your court. Again, no offense. You said I'd be welcome, and I'm a monster. What would it take for her not to become a monster?
That depends entirely on her. But don't you worry, she will get that choice someday. But today, the choice is already made for her. Now, if you excuse me, I need to go save someone from their hell. And she will turn to walk away.
She said she has a choice. I want to insight check that if that's actually true or not.
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
God damn it, Virgil, you piece of shit. Mediocre bastard, you're supposed to be like truth guy
Your
here.
emotions are running a bit high and you're having a hard time determining whether or not she's telling the truth or not.
I'm not gonna stop her from walking away. Virgil's not that stupid.
Alright.
Just stands there, holds up his fist, his lip, and like punches cabin wall, whatever's fucking around.
Alright. Grey Malkin returns to the little girl, and they begin to walk away. If you turn and look, Virgil, you'll see her waving goodbye as they vanish into a cloud of mist. And that is where we'll end tonight's session.